Hey everyone, this is Dr. Eric Fields, the psychologist turned weight loss coach. And today is a continuation of what we spoke about last week. And that was the 7-point plan to really get you on your way with a weight loss plan, right? But what I want to focus on today is a couple of those steps that I think are really important in terms of assessing the problem. A lot of you, like me, know the problem. And you can easily say that, okay, I know for a fact I'm overeating and I know what I'm doing. My portions are way too big. I'm snacking way late at night. I'm eating very unhealthily. But some of you may actually be a bit perplexed about this issue. And then some of you may really need confirmation so that you can move to a place of acceptance and then say, okay, I kind of thought that was what it was, and now I know, so let's move forward. So, what is the problem? You need to be a weight loss detective to really figure this out. And figuring this out, like I said, could just be merely confirming what you already kind of knew, or maybe you didn't know the extent of it. And this will help you really take a closer look at the problem so you really can understand it. Because only then will you be able to move forward, accept it, and then do something about it. So what is the problem? Acceptance, and then doing something about it. That middle phase of acceptance I put in there because a lot of people just think like, oh, I find the problem out and then I do something about it. But I know as a psychologist that a lot of times people get stuck on accepting it. So once you find out the problem, it's up to you as to whether or not you want to accept it, that it is a problem for you, or the extent of it. And then, if so, do you want to do something about it? Okay. All right. So, here are a few things that I think are going to be really helpful for you to hone in on in terms of really knowing what the issue is. And the way you're going to figure this out is very simple. So, going back to that video from last week, there were a couple steps. One dealt with going online and finding a calorie calculator to know what your baseline caloric needs are to maintain the weight that you're at, and then to do a food journal for at least a day. But if you really want to understand the problem, try to do it for a week. I know it's a pain in the butt, but it's just 1 week out of your life. And all you're going to do is you're going to just simply record everything you eat. And then you're going to go online and try to estimate the calories. And a lot of times, there's so much information online that you can just put in like um, a medium size roast beef hero with cheddar cheese and mayo and lettuce. Give me an approximate. What are the calories of that? And so when you do that, these two things, right? The calorie calculator is going to tell you what your calories should be on a given day to maintain your weight. And then the food journal is going to tell you what the calories are or how many calories you're actually consuming each day. And if you do it for a week, it's very simple. You're going to add up the calories for each day and then divide by 7 days in a week. And that will give you an average of where you're at. And that's really helpful because, especially like if you tend to overeat on certain days and not others, you're going to want that average. That's going to be really important for you. And so right then and there, you're going to be able to see if you are in a gaining phase where you're consuming more calories than you need, a maintenance phase where the calories are pretty much the calories you need to maintain that weight, or a weight loss phase, which is a nice surprise, is that you're consuming less calories than you need. Okay. Now, chances are for most of you, you're going to find that you're either in a weight maintenance phase or a weight gaining phase, or some degrees in between those two. And then, so what you're then going to want to do is figure out, okay, where are the extra calories coming from? Extra in the sense that the unnecessary ones, the ones I don't need, the ones that I could easily take out of my diet eating plan, right? Or eating style, right? So that I can actually be in a weight loss phase. So some of you may find that you have underestimated your calories, and you may realize that, wait a minute, right? There's like a lot more calories here than I thought. It would be like an educational experience for some of you, where you're actually saying like, there's how many calories in that roast beef hero? Or, yeah, I know ice cream's not good for you, but I didn't realize it was that many calories in those couple scoops. Or the cookies are how many calories? And aside from going online to finding out like the calories of typical things you eat, certainly to be more accurate, take a look at the packages, right? Like you don't need to go online to find out how much your Ben and Jerry's cost you in terms of calories. Just look on the container, right? Or the sleeve of cookies. That kind of stuff is easy to figure out. Well, the cereal, right? Box cereal has the all these different foods have the calories. It becomes more complicated when you're talking about a meal that has many different ingredients and components. And then for that, you can take a shortcut and go online. So others will find that they selectively forgot meals. And so that's how this will be educational for them. They'll be like, oh, wow, like I'm thinking that I only have 3 meals a day, but yet I'm realizing now, because I'm tracking everything I eat, that there are a lot of mini meals that happen in between these meals and after the meals. And so this will help make you more accountable. This is also for those of you who may be in denial, right? Like there are people who just underestimate calories just because they're not that educated about it. And this will be a learning exercise for them. And then there are other people that just they know there are a lot of calories, but they selectively forget meals, or they selectively forget how much they eat of the meal because they don't want to own up to the fact that they are overeating a lot. And then some of you, and this is, I think, a small minority of you, are going to find that you simply have a really slow metabolism. This group is the group that sees that this is their daily caloric needs, and they've added up what they've been eating for the week, and it actually turns out that they're eating less than their daily caloric needs that they got from the calorie calculator. And so they should be in a weight loss phase, but they are not losing weight. And they know this because they're weighing themselves regularly each week. If you do these exercises, the food journal and the calorie calculator, and it shows that you are in a deficit and you're accurate, make sure you're accurate. Make sure you're recording everything you eat for the week. If it says, and you keep doing the math over and over, maybe you're an overachiever and you're like, you know what, I'm going to do another week just to make sure. And I'm going to extend this food journal one extra week. And you're still like, I don't get it. It's coming out that I definitely should be in a weight loss phase, and I have not lost any weight in 2 weeks now. Then, my friend, you have a slow metabolism. And there's a good chance that your metabolism is slow because you kind of like damaged it in a sense from a lot of crash dieting in the past. You know, those fad diets that we talk about, they're not just bad because they make you miserable. A lot of times they're extreme and they can actually wreak havoc on your metabolism. And if you fall into that group, don't fret. There are ways to deal with that. One of the ways to deal with that is to bring your calories up over your baseline and actually overeat for a month, not excessively, right? But maybe you bring up your calories by like an extra 500 a day for a month, and that will try to, recharge your metabolism. But you want to do it for a good amount of time, like a month, and then try to go into a weight loss phase. The other strategy is build muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat, but the best thing about muscle is it cranks your metabolism because it weighs a lot. It Your body needs a lot of calories to maintain that muscle. And so it's easier to lose weight when you're in a weight loss phase, when you have some extra muscle. So if you really wanted to try to fix your metabolism, you would do weight training, which extra calories are going to benefit that because we need extra calories to build muscle. So you do weight training and you'd increase your calories by a good 500 a day over your baseline, whatever that is, whatever your maintenance calories are. And that should fix that. Now, I didn't put this up here, but there's a fourth group that is basically just gonna, they're not in denial. They haven't underestimated their calories. They're very accurate, and it just is going to serve as an exercise to confirm what they already knew. So they're going to literally say like, yep, yeah, that's about right. I figured that. I figured I was overeating by about that much, or that there was that many extra calories, or I knew where the problem meals were that were contributing to my extra calories. It's going to confirm what you already knew. And hey, nothing wrong with that, right? It's nice to have evidence. Detectives love evidence. Okay, this is Dr. Fields. I wish all of you the best success, and I will have more to say about this, folks, at another time.